What it do, homies? We out here with some more ImKevinn, and they got right here, why is K-pop Demon Hunters actually good? It's not really a question I actually kind of just asked myself. Ultimately, I like good music, and at the end of the day, no matter what I'm watching, if it's got good music, it's got me hooked. I've never actually kind of just boiled it down. Is it because it's K-pop? Is there any specific type of strategy or some type of science that went behind why it was so good? Is it just because of the fact that it's K-pop? It might be a whole lot of things right here, but it's phrased as a question as if he's going to, as it's to indicate that he's going to give us a reason as to, or he's just going to answer the question or whatnot. Because we all know the music's good, okay? But let's see what Kevin got to talk about. Let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up.
Pop Demon Hunters. I know I'm late. I believe it came out like a month or two ago. I seen all the hype around it. I just kept putting it off. Kept saying, oh, I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. I'll watch it next week. I'll watch it tomorrow. And tomorrow finally came. And with all glaze intended, I fucking love this movie. I'm not even a musical type guy. I dabble in the Disney classics here and there, but I don't know what it is. But this movie was just fire. I think the reason why I like this so much is because it caught me by surprise. When I first seen the hype, I thought it was another one of those Disney kid shows like that Red Panda. Everyone was hyping that up, but I didn't really care for it. But K-pop, they did something with this. See, as a grown man, not too grown though, because some of y'all really think I'm 30, it's very enjoyable.
Just letting y'all know this right now. I 100% is. I'm 34. I turned 35 this year, so it's fine. I fully embraced it. To age is to gain wisdom. You know what I mean? Eventually, you get too old, you just care about this type of stuff. So, boomer, old man, whatever, YN, not that, but whatever. I don't care.
I feel like if you have some type of taste in your palate, as long as you're not out here watching Judge Judy or Law and Order, I think you'll enjoy it too. You know that feeling when you finish a really good show? That feeling in your chest seeing the credits knowing this is the end of the story? That's exactly how I felt with this. You telling me I'm not going to see Huntrix fighting demons while singing straight bangers anymore?
Look, just being straight honest, man. The movie was all right. Okay, I was mostly there for the music. The music's banging and the animation and everything, that was cool. As far as the love story, it isn't anything that I haven't seen before. It wasn't nothing groundbreaking. The visuals and the music was banging, but I would not watch it again, right? A lot of people has been asking me to do reactions to the songs, and the reason why I haven't is because, one, besides the Your Idol, that was the only song that I haven't heard before because I haven't watched it when I reacted to that. So, now I've heard it. And that was fire. And then two, I've watched it now. So I've heard all of the songs already. And while they are bangers, I didn't think they were worth a reaction for me to go through it individually. You know what I mean? Not to say they weren't good. I just don't think it's worth a reaction video on my channel. But I don't think the movie has an extreme amount of rewatchability for me, right? And I know y'all were going to slander me down there. There's got to be somebody else that feels that way. Great first watch. Probably won't watch it again.
And the way it starts, seeing the demons hijack their plane, and I gotta say, boy, they are fitted. Always gotta appreciate when a character is swagged out. And shout out my boy Bobby, he is a brave soul. He is in the crowd FaceTiming the biggest names in the world. In real life, he would have gotten swarmed, phone snatched, traveling all across the stadium, never to be seen again. That would have been the last time you touched that phone. And this is where we see the first song fight sequence. And it's funny because imagine getting your ass beat and the ones doing it are also serenading you. And this was a great way to start a movie because not only is the music fire, but the way they're fighting is pure disrespect. Grabbed by the neck and bounced off the ground. Past the pot to Mira, beating that nigga into the cushion.
See, it's kind of like one of those things where it was so impressive that I fear that the more I watch this, the less impressive it gets. And then the more it's kind of like watered down in my head. This is the reason why most of the time when I'm at concerts or everything, I don't like to take a photo or a video of it, because then if I keep going back and rewinding it, then that memory becomes less of a core. I stop less enjoying it because I have easier access to it. I've only seen this movie once, and everything that I've seen in it, I enjoyed a lot. I just don't think I want to go back and watch it because then it gets so late. Some people don't have that effect. I do.
Handed it to Zoe to prepare their meal, and this gotta be in stores or something, right? Definitely product placement. And when they switched from singing to rapping, I said, hold on, this on Apple Music? Added it immediately. And that landing, now I don't know about y'all, but I would have questioned that shit. How'd y'all do that? That's the day I would have found out superheroes exist, because you're not about to gaslight me and say, oh, that's just stage effects. Where? You got wires connected to satellites?
No, that's just K-pop. That's how you explain it. It's just K-pop.
Nah, y'all got superpowers. But shout out to the artist, cause Rumi hit the fuck out this note. So after the success of their tour, they decided to release their new single, and I'm telling y'all right now, Golden is the best song at the whole movie.
No cap.
Crazy how a random Netflix movie introduced me to K-pop, and not gonna lie, I kinda mess with it, bro. I deadass have this song on repeat. Do these three artists actually make songs together, or is this the first time?
Wait, you just put me on to something. So look, guys, I won't say that I'm knee deep rooted into the K-pop culture, but I am definitely not new, and I am not a newbie. I'm not a beginner, right? I won't say hundreds, I'll say 10s, 20s, 30s, maybe even, of reactions to various K-pop groups, whether it be Blackpink, BTS, Dreamcatcher, there's a couple other ones and everything. And I've learned from some of you guys as well down in the comments, some information and stuff. I've looked at behind the scenes videos. So now that got me wondering, right? While this movie was good, would it have had a bigger impact if I didn't know much about K-pop? Because now I just heard Kevin say that this was a kind of a random movie that introduced him to K-pop. If I ain't never heard of K-pop before, I probably would have held this movie in higher regards. Again, for the people who ain't listening to me, I am not saying the movie is bad at all, right? At all. An incredible movie. I just think it had less of an impact because I know more about K-pop than the average person. Maybe.
Because they went crazy. But then we see where the plot is going. Rumi is actually a child of a human and demon, and those patterns are now affecting her voice. What I actually want to know is which one of these ladies is Rumi's mom, and why did they smash a demon? I know they say love is strong, but I don't think it's that strong. Doesn't matter how fine you are. If I ask who the Lord and Savior is and you don't say Jesus Christ, you're cut off immediately. Demons are a no-go. Aliens, though, I think we can work something out. Also, I've been thinking, how did no one suspect that something's up with Rumi? Because, once that June, July come around and you're outside wearing a turtleneck in 90-degree weather, I'm going to think something wrong. Anyways, we see a little flashback of the lady who raised her, and I'm sure she annoyed all of us. I'll get to it when we get to it, though. So then they went on a little trip to get medicine for Rumi, and I gotta say, Zoe is my favorite. She just be there vibing, but this is when we first see the Saja boys. Or a farm.
It also kind of made me think of this is definitely kind of like your typical Powerpuff Girls trope, right? Blossom Bubbles, Buttercup.
To the max, like purposely popping your shirt is crazy, but at the same time, I respect the plays. Good movement around the court. Everyone got their time to farm. And this dude got the DJ to play a whole different song from the rest. And peep the play right here. He knocks her down, acts like he's trying to help her up. Oh my God. Okay. Them boys know ball. They know how to run the court. Gotta keep it easy right now. It's the first meet. Then we see their first performance, and not gonna lie, can dude please get a longer shirt? But other than that, Soda Pop is a banger. I don't know where I'll rank it just yet, because the song the girls sing at the end is up there too. But this is also when they found out that they're actually demons, and Miro's ready to air that whole block out. And that's why I rock with her. She didn't care who was in the vicinity. She was ready to let loose. And I'm sitting here looking at everything that's going on, and I truly can't tell what the weather is. I'm seeing hoodies, shirts, jackets, crop tops. Like, is it hot or cold? I don't know. So they got geared up for some demon hunting, and when I seen these grown men wearing bibs sitting in high chairs,
the drip they had on
almost skipped past this part.
Goo goo gaga. What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But their intended audience, the targeted demographic, eating that up, sold out within the first 2 seconds of showing it. So yeah, I get it. Questionable, but from what I learned, you never know, bro. You never know. They eating that all up, bro. They know exactly what they doing.
So they followed him into the bathhouse, and I don't know if it's the same animation Sony used for Spider-Verse, but they got this 3D thing on lock. This junk is clean.
Wow.
But while they were fighting, he got a glimpse of Rumi's patterns. Now he knows what she truly is, and instead of exposing her, he actually helped. And this sequence right here was tough. Dude right here didn't get a chance to even spawn, and we see that Zoe chose a ninja class, running off the walls, throwing shuriken, but the best out of the bunch gotta be Mira. Now, usually, I'm not the biggest fan of spear users because they never get done right. But when they are, they're always the coldest on the field. Kicked it straight in his mouth, but peep, she doesn't pick it back up. Rumi catches a body on it. Mira catches a body on it. Zoe catches a body on it.
Bodies
and
on
then,
bodies.
once everyone contributed to the highlight, she picks it back up. That's what you call a team player. Then Zoe gives Rumi a boost. The movie doesn't have many fight scenes, but they for sure know how to make the ones they do have count. I love when movies do the one-shots, but the more fame the Saja boys get, the weaker the honeymoon becomes. So the plan now is to beat them at the biggest event of the year, the Idol Awards, writing a whole diss track to perform. But then Rumi gets an invitation from Genu by this very sinister-looking tiger and his cool-ass bird. That's a cool-ass bird. Whenever I think of cool-ass birds, I'm thinking of those two birds from Rio and this guy. But pretty much they met up, failed assassination attempt. He said she's too old to be wearing those baby ass pajamas. But the main thing out of this is after hearing Genu's story, how he was trying his hardest to change the lives of him and his family, then one day he heard Gwenma's voice. And this is how those demons be catching people, promising them the life of luxury, which he did get, but they never think of what they're trading in return. His soul. And now his family was left with nothing. So every time Rumi is out slaying demons, the thought of them going through the same thing as Genu is always on her mind. Even got her changing the lyrics to their new song. So they met up again. She tells him that there's another way to get his freedom. If they help them win the Idol Awards, they can fully seal the honeymoon and Gwenma won't be able to reach him. And the way he fumbled right here.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
We all get one.
Shit actually had me dying, because that's real, bro. You only ever stutter like that when you talking with someone you actually fuck with.
What?
Facts.
I'm sorry.
That's a classic scene right there as well. Yeah, 100% facts, bro. I stuttered like crazy before I bagged my wife. And the funny thing about it is she's the one who initiated conversation with me. I was already talking to this other chick that I was kind of sweet on and everything. She was actually doing our ACT test. I was actually talking to her and everything. Game was on point. You know what I'm saying? But oiled out like it was smooth. She tapped me on the shoulder, turned around. She said hi. I was like, I got another the next day, and that was 17 years ago. So this is just straight facts, bro.
Once you catch yourself thinking about them randomly as raps, you gotta make a move ball in your court. But all that did was have her second guess the song even more. She went from wanting to change a verse to changing the entire song, and they were confused, and rightfully so. Bro, the show's tomorrow. What you mean change the whole song? And even though she doesn't like it, she was still hitting the vocals.
She did still hit him.
Unfortunately though, everyone on that train got took. So she meets up with Genu one last time. At first, he didn't think her plan was gonna work, but after they sung this duet, he was all for it. He no longer heard those voices in his head. And the more Rumi learned about him, helped with healing her voice. And this song was also a banger, by the way. This might be number 2, I don't know yet. But realistically, all that was just a ruse. Him not hearing the voices was Gwenma's doing. He heard their entire plan and was like, don't be stupid. I control how loud these voices are. And if you actually believed her, you would have told her the truth. How you betrayed your own family. And once I seen that, boy, I was not on the side no more. I can't rock with you, bro. Kicking your family out like that is crazy. And that was 400 years ago. That's the last memory they have of each other. Later on, the girls got together and was like, yeah, that new song isn't gonna work. That type of song won't connect our fans. Can't even connect us. That's when Mira says, yeah, I'm this, that, and the third, but with you guys, I can be myself. Zoe does the same thing, and there goes Rumi. Yeah, me too, guys. Really? Like, damn, you don't have no motivational words to strengthen our friendship? I thought this was supposed to be a heartfelt moment. You kind of just skipped the cutscene. But today's the day of the Idol Awards. Everything seemed to be going fine, but during Rumi's solo scene, they peeped Bobby getting taken away, so they rushed down.
You know what, that drip? Hey, y'all tell me, bro. I feel like it's 100% Michael Jackson inspired, right? The gold, the whole marching aesthetic.
But today's the day of the Idol Awards. Everything seemed to be
Yes, y'all look at this type of design, bro, and I think MJ
be going fine, but during Rumi's solo scene, they peeped Bobby getting taken away, so they rushed down to save him, but it was all a ruse. They can't win that easily now.
It's a takedown.
The demons cloned her friends, playing that new song they made, and it just looked like she was getting bullied out there. Exposed her patterns and all, and once she ran off the stage, her actual friends were there. And you know how movies and shows work. In situations like these, people always pick and choose what they want to hear. The second she mentioned Genu, they said, Genu? You're working with him?
You serious?
Like, please, let her explain. Matter of fact, this all could have been avoided if Celine ain't forced her to keep this a secret. All Celine had to do was sit them all down when they were young. Like, hey, so listen guys, Rumi's mom is human, her dad is a demon, but she had no choice in the matter. She's one of us. You know, she didn't even know her dad, so please don't hate her. Boom, just like that. All this would have been avoided. And this is when she sought out Genu and when he told her the truth of his past.
I left them!
And after hearing that, I would have been like, wow, yeah, this all makes sense. Yeah, you're a dickhead. And all this was a feast for Guima. Got in everyone's head, even the homegirls. Dragged everyone to the stadium. Meanwhile, Rumi has a quick little talk with Celine, and man, seeing her pick up the sword, telling her to do what she should have done a long time ago, Rumi, not like this. But even in this heartfelt moment, of course, Celine will find a way to piss me off. Trying to put this jacket over her, man, get the shit off me. Do you not realize doing that is why we're here in the first place?
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, when she picked up the blade and was like,
yeah, bro, situational awareness is crazy. The lack of emotional, just absolutely crazy, man. I don't understand that. If I want to institute something and I feel as though it is going against your wishes, I feel like you know this. I feel like it's very difficult to continue to keep pushing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am a parent. I'm a parent with 2 kids. You know, I'm going to raise them as I see fit. But there are certain things that, you know, there obviously a certain core and principle things that I won't budge on. But for something like this, you know, if I feel like I would never make them feel ashamed for who they are. You know what I mean? Now, it's going to be my job as a parent to guide them on how I want, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for them, right? So how they live their life is my responsibility up to a certain point. When they're adults, they can make young adults, they can make whatever decisions they want. They have to live with it. They feel a certain way to just dismiss it entirely and say, no, that's not, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a difficult thing to do, but it's different. You know, you never know what kind of person you are until the situation actually hits. And that's for everybody. We can all think we would do this, we would do that, but when it actually happens, what would you really do? You know? So, but yeah.
If this is the Hun Moon I swore to protect, I'm glad to see it get destroyed. I thought we just changed genres. That teleport sealed the deal for me. I thought she was about to go down there and just slaughter them.
She mastered the
Every
powers
demon she
quickly.
sees getting took down. I know Celine was terrified. Rumi must have purposely worded it like that just to scare her, bro, because no way. So at the stadium, you got the Sajid boys performing, and they was hitting that hole too, not gonna lie. They definitely had my favorite performance. That teleport junk is clean. And they got Guima in the back doing stage effects. Like, he's secretly enjoying himself right now. He would never admit to it, but I know he's having a blast. But then Rumi enters the stadium, and I guess she made this song off the dome. Zoe and Mira joined in too. This gotta be a freestyle. But I will tell you, this song is my number 2. Every song in this movie was a banger, but my top 3 is Golden, What It Sounds Like, and the third spot, honestly, is between Soda Pop and Free. I like both of them. But Guima finally attacks, and in order to save Rumi, Genu sacrificed himself. W-mans. And after that, they all got together, gathered souls, I guess, of everyone there, pretty much created a spirit bomb and took out Guima. The entire movie, that dude did one thing and got murked right after. They could have dragged the movie out a couple more minutes, because at the end, they must have been at the studio and was like, all right, let's just wrap this shit up. The sorriest Demon King I ever seen, but hey, we won. And I know I was grilling Celine the whole movie.
They got to the end of the movie and said, nah, bro, still ain't really about him, bro. Let's go ahead off the love interest, bro. And then what we want him to do, y'all, man, we come out with some armor or something, man. Make him do some habit. Nah, just let him shoot a beam and that's wrap it up.
Don't get me wrong, I understand why she is the way she is. She was raised to hate demons, but at the same time, Mira and Zoe stopped caring after like 30 minutes. Shorty, you had 20 years and you still couldn't love her for what she is?
Wow.
I know Rumi's mom is in the afterlife mad as hell. For 20 years during every summer, she watched her daughter walk outside in the blistering heat with a damn turtleneck on, looking stupid. Anyways, I also like the movie because it had a nice little message. A story about acceptance. Accepting yourself for who you are with all your flaws. Don't change yourself for others, people have to accept you for the real you. Like them writing that diss track saying how demons with patterns should just roll over and die is the whole reason why Rumi did not fuck with it in the first place. She was just writing a diss track against herself at that point. And you may have done things in your past that you're not too proud of, but don't let it define you, except for Genu. That dude kicked his mom and sister out the castle while he was dining on fine cuisines. He needed to go. When he died, I felt no type of way. I let out a little, damn, and kept it pushing. And as much as I would love a part 2, I'm kind of scared they gonna ruin it. I don't know what they could do for it. Maybe a prequel could work. Only thing is, those new characters will have to be just as cool as these ones or it's not gonna bang. They're already down one player. We all hate Celine. Though the way they made these characters felt like it was supposed to be a TV show or at least multiple movies. They're like fandom characters.
And that's actually very, very, especially when it comes to like an hour-long movie when you don't have a bunch of episodes or episodic stuff to really flesh out the character and personality of the characters, right? You really want to establish a relation. They did a very good job with that because these are likable. They're very likable characters. I mean, I'm pretty sure the merch of these is going crazy right now.
They have a cult riding behind each one of them. Don't get caught lacking with the wrong profile pic because they will be on your ass. If I catch y'all with any profile pic that isn't Zoe, it's going to be a problem. But if the day comes where they decide to make another one, I'll be there immediately this time. Also, I may or may not be a K-pop fan now, so just go ahead and, you know, write some songs down in the comments.
Like I said, man, he said movie of the year. I really am wondering, and you guys let me know down in the comments how much of an impact this had on you. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can't. Some of you who've been watching K-pop into the culture know what it looks like. I wonder if it has much of an impact on you. You know what I mean? Like compared to somebody who don't know much about it, who don't listen to it, who don't consume any media about it and everything. Because like I said, I'm not a beginner. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, movie was fire. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Dave's out.